guys, it's Vasco, and in this video we're going to talk about mindset, how deep mindset actually is in life. It's deeper than what you see on social media. It's much deeper than that, seriously. The only way you can learn mindset is if you learn this by yourself. Excuse me while I look at my fucking notes. Your current opinions change based on how you think, how your mindset is. For example, you used to try and make money before. I know you're watching Dragon Ball. At that time when you were making money, you were much more strict on yourself, you were much more strict on your life, you were much more strict on everything than whereas you're watching Dragon Ball now. Your opinions change, you become less strict, everything changes. Like, it's your mindset, that's where it starts. It's similar to your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your lifestyle. Let's say, for example, you have a boxing training to do participating, and then you're training excessively, you're going crazy in the gym. You literally say much more strict things. You say shit like, no one can beat me. I train hardest. I'm the hardest trainer in the whole. I'm the hardest trainer in the whole world. If they call up a name that if they call up a name that you think in your heart, you know that you can beat him because of how hard you train, you will say with your own heart. It's only because of how you live. And that same person, if you drop him off, if you go forward in time 6 months later, and he's relaxing, his physique is not as ripped as he used to be, his muscles are smaller than he used to be, and he's just chilling, enjoying life. Just try and analyze. You notice that his opinions have completely changed. You don't keep the same opinions, because if your lifestyle is, if your lifestyle doesn't reflect how you act, your lifestyle reflects how you think. Literally, if someone is living a casual life, a mediocre life, best believe they don't think in a very polarizing manner. That's just how it is. You can't chill and think. You can't chill out, be a chill guy, and be the type of person to be talking about training 2 times a day, 3 times a day. You can't. Mindset is the only thing that you can't teach. Let's say you want to teach someone that is like fat, or in fact, not fat, to talk to someone that is fat, right? And then and he comes to you and is like, how long would it take for me to get the physique? Or how long, or you're trying to teach someone how to make money, say forex. How long would my trading take till I start making money? And you tell them it's not about how long it takes, it's about how much effort you're going to put in order to make money. That's the right question he should be asking you, right? And that is from the mindset. You can't teach that. It's him that fucking has to go to the trenches to learn it by himself. That's how it is. It's the same thing with fitness. It's the same thing all around with all endeavors. So it's the only thing that you can't teach. It's the only thing that you can't teach. It's something that you earn. You can inject shit in your body, right, to make the muscles bigger. It's the one thing. Mindset, you can't inject anything. You can't read on Google, ask ChatGPT to teach you how to think like David Goggins. For example, when I was doing my Kaioken regimen, if you didn't know, I made a regimen where I trained 2 times a day for fucking the whole 6 days a week, 7 days a week, 2 times a day. Boxing training, cardio, weightlifting. 4 times boxing training in a week, 4 times cardio in a week, 4 times weightlifting, like training with weights. And I also do the 5Ks, 3 5-kilometer runs and 1 10-kilometer run throughout every week for 3 months straight. And my physique would shred, bro. I noticed that during November, December, because I started in October, November, December, 3 months, right? I noticed that I started becoming more strict on other people. Like someone that is not doing what I'm doing, let's say they even work out, they even hit the gym consistently. They work out like me, right? But I work out harder than him, so like automatically, just because I work harder than him, my mindset becomes more strict on him for some weird reason. It just, it's just what happens. It's what comes with, being crazy. You can't love something without hating the opposite, you know what I'm saying? If you work out twice a day, or you work harder than someone, even though they still work hard, you automatically hate or you despise something. You despise the traits, that they possess of not working as hard as you or harder. That's how it is. There's no light without dark. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and also something like a few months beforehand, say August, I was watching a lot of anime. I was watching Dragon Ball, I was watching One Punch Man, I was watching Hajime no Ippo. And at the time, I would stay on the bed all day and watch anime. I'll be like, yeah, watching anime is chill. You can watch anime as long as it makes you strong and it makes you think straight. And a few months after, my friend will be watching the same Hajime no Ippo. I'll be like, bro, why don't you think you have to do something yourself? Like, bro. And at the time when I was watching anime, I wasn't even training hard. So I was training like 5 times a week. And sometimes I would skip the training and cope with the fucking recovery. And you need to recover, I'm using this chance to recover my muscles. I don't recover enough. I'll cope in my head. It's 5 months, 3 months later, I'm working out twice a day. 3 months. Yeah. Like for example, Mike Tyson recorded like 2 Joe Rogan podcasts. One of them where he was preparing for a fight, and another one where he wasn't fighting at all. He was chilling. He was living his dream. He was living the life, his family and everything. And if you notice the speech, if you notice how he spoke with Joe Rogan, he was much more aggressive on the one where he was training. He's 50 plus, getting to 60, and he was talking in such a manner that you can tell. Truly, your lifestyle changes who you are. Changes who you are. Your mindset, especially, changes your mindset. Your mindset changes your mind becomes what you think becomes your words. What your words is your actions, and it reflects. Truly, someone that works hard, their physique will change. Someone that works hard, their speech will change. Someone that works hard, what they think changes. If you see someone that is shredded, don't just think he's shredded. Think that. Also know that this guy thinks in a way that. And besides, people know this naturally. Like, why do you think you get intimidated by someone that is like rich when you're poor? Say you're coming out from a bus and someone just pulled up in their fucking Range Rover. You're automatically intimidated. Automatically. This is just because of you're not doing yourself. You're not doing well as him. And he's obviously going to judge you. Same as a fit person. If you get a fit person, shredded guy, and a fat person here, best believe that the fit person is judging the fat person, and the fat person automatically becomes insecure. That's how it is, You know that you're getting judged, so you change your fucking behavior and you hide your insecurities as much as you can. Yeah, your mindset is deeper and it's really cool to think about. I'll try and find 2 clips. I'll try and get 2 clips of Mike Tyson, of how he was speaking, how fucking assertive he was when he was training versus how he was when he wasn't training.
Oh shit! What happened? Because the last time you were in here, you were talking about how you didn't want to work out.
Yeah.
Because it would ignite the ego.
Hey, let's talk about that too. So, I was discussing with my wife something about me being overweight. When you have to, sometimes want to complain on your wife, you want to take it out on her in some kind of perspective. And she said, well, why don't you just get on this treadmill for 15 minutes a day? I said, she said, just 15 minutes. So it went from 15 minutes a day to 2 hours a day. And
that's what you were worried about.
Yeah, exactly. My brother-in-law said, hey, Mike, man, I know you're not going to win, but somebody said, would you fight this guy for like 40 million or 30 million bucks? I said, man, get the whoa. I said, oh, then I said, ding. I was just getting ready to get the fuck. I said, whoa. And I said, like, well, who would they like me to fight? And he said, 1 minute. And they go, then it's Bob Sapp. I said, okay. And so I'm saying to myself, well, I know Bob. And I said, ho. Because I know Bob is big and strong. I said, ho, 1 minute. How would they like me to fight him? Can I fight him under the Marquess of Queensberry rules? And he said, 1 minute, Mike. He asked the guy. The guy said yes. I said, I'll fight him. Right? And so
it was Bob Sapp was the first one that was brought up.
Yeah. And so
for people who don't know Bob Sapp was a giant fighter in Pride. Yeah. At one time, he was like 375 pounds. He was fighting all the kickboxers. Solid muscle. with abs.
It's incredible, right? And I'm like, I don't know what the hell's going on. And then he signed the contract. I signed the contract. Next thing you know, I'm in the gym again, and it's disastrous. I'm trying to get into shape. I'm thinking, did I really do this shit? Oh, you know, 'cause you would probably know, because if you getting in shape and getting conditioned, they're two different animals. They don't even belong in the same workout division of working out.
Like getting in shape is just being kind of fit.
Yes,
but
and just
conditioned.
getting in shape is able to fit your clothes.
Right.
You know, that's getting in shape. Being able just to fit your clothes. Being in condition is being able to come outside of your soul. You know?
Yeah.
And you can't do that automatically.
You're talking about being in fighting condition.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a rare state, and you can't keep it for very long.
No, it is just...
People need to understand that, right?
The emotional state to prepare for that is mind-boggling.
Well, that's what I was seeing when I was seeing you hit the pads. I'm like, this isn't just working out. There was something going on, man. When you were working out with Cordero and you were ripping to the body and throwing those hooks, I was like, this is a man who's preparing to go to combat. This is not normal getting ready to work out shit. That's why when I saw that video, I was like, oh.
Want me to tell you something about that video?
Yeah.
I did that video and I was in bed for a week. That was 30 seconds and I was in bed for a week. And it's not funny because it made me realize that this is big boy shit, okay?
Big boy shit.
This big boy shit. You was
There
out,
it is right there.
Yeah, that wasn't really cool. That's in the gym. That's now.
The thing is, though,
That's now. That's going for 5 and 6 rounds. That's now. But I'm talking about before that 30 seconds. The first time I ever did it, I caught what's the shit you cut when you can't walk?
Oh, sciatica.
Sciatica. Everything came and everything, all that shit that came back that made me quit boxing. All the pain started coming back.
So when you started training again, did you start doing it slowly after that?
Extremely slowly, and then I started dabbing in alternative stuff.
Like what kind of stuff? Cryotherapy type shit?
Cryo, stem cell research and therapy, and some other interesting stuff that I just don't know, and it's just beautiful stuff.
Like what kind of stuff?
I don't know, hyperbaric chambers and just
everything.
Everything.
Everything to help you recover.
It's really interesting.
It is. Well, I saw you when you walked in today. I was like, God damn, you look good. You look good, dude.
Hey.
Like your muscles look good. You look like you're vascular. You look fit.
And that's and I'm starting to feel fit. That's what's interesting. I'm starting to know what doing stuff. Like I think I'm in shape, and then the next thing you know, you think you're in shape, and then you start having Ralphie will start throwing punches at me. It's like he'll fight, and I can't punch back when I gotta avoid. And then 2 rounds go by, and he said, "Whoa, I'm not in shape. I'm hitting the bag 6 rounds. I'm doing this 5 rounds, 6 rounds. I'm jumping rope." And then I do 2 rounds with somebody. It's a whole different psychological preparation, and woo!
How much on them all the time when they're growing up and when they're in the womb? Even.
Yeah, I agree.
When their mother's under extreme stress, if they live in a bad neighborhood, and it's hard for some people like yourself that did grow up in an environment like that to ever reach where you're at right now, just a place of peace. And if you can do that through marijuana or whatever it is, yoga, meditation, whatever you do to get there, like we should be happy that you can get there. That's what we want.
Listen, I'm so grateful that I embarked on this. I've never been a person to this at this magnitude, at this kind of relaxation. I just enjoying my time with you. I was very uptight. I was very uncomfortable with myself.
Did you feel any better after you worked out when you were young like that?
Absolutely, but my works out, you know what? The best thing that ever happened to me that I retired from boxing, because of me working out and me getting, I was so intense with this. My whole objective was hurting people and wanting to be the best, and my ego took over, and I'm like Tyson, I'm the best to ever live, and all this bullshit. And dealing with my partner Rob Hickman, I happened to embark on this, come across this thing called the Toad. Are you familiar with the Toad?
Yeah, what you're talking about is 5-methoxydimethyltryptamine.
Oh, that's it right there, yeah.
Yeah.
And I came across that, and I smoked this, I don't know, this medicine, drug, whatever you want to call it and stuff. And I've never been the same. I look at life different. I look at people differently. And the experience I can't even express, really. It's almost like